Hi everyone, this is going to be a recap of my 2-week trip to the UK. I'm going to show a slideshow and talk through the different slides and explain the different places we went and such. So let's get into it. Starting off, the first leg of our trip was in the Cotswolds, so the countryside of London. This is the little town square. This specific shot is the wool market where people would trade sheep's wool, and this third photo is similar to the first photo. All of them are like the same town hall. And one of the nights we were there were carolers who were like local children singing Christmas songs. Anyhow, this is a photo of Gibson walking in the Cotswolds countryside. If you know the movie The Holiday with Cameron Diaz and Jack Black, the Cotswolds is very similar to that sort of vibe. All the buildings are limestone and beige. Next, we went to, I wish Gibson was here to clarify, something on the water, which is just another, the Cotswolds are a bunch of towns, and each Cotswold town has a name. So here we were at one of those towns, drinking hot chocolate. And then this mill is where the 2002 version of Emma was shot. And then coming up is a photo of this man Robin, who was our tour guide. He took us all around in his Mercedes because no Ubers or other cabs were working that day, so essentially it was the 13th person we called to drive us around was this man. He ended up like running a tour company, and he was actually on local television because he's like, I guess, a big deal in the Cotswolds. This is a photo of an English breakfast plate. Typical English breakfast has mushrooms and beans, and then other things we're used to seeing like eggs, toast, sausages, but just thought I'd throw that in there to show some of the food that we were eating. Then we went to Oxford. Oxford is the site of some Harry Potter filming. So we went to the Divinity School and the new school. So the photo of me pointing to the wall is mimicking the Chamber of Secrets shot. And then we have a photo where I'm in the courtyard, where if you have seen Harry Potter, you know a couple of scenes are filmed there, most notably when Malfoy gets turned into a albino ferret. We walked the canals in Oxford. There's houseboats there. Oxford Canals is where Lewis Carroll was inspired to write Alice in Wonderland. The Carroll family and Lewis lived and stayed in Oxford. From Oxford, we went to Notting Hill. If you know the movie with Julia Roberts, it takes place at this bookshop. The Notting Hill neighborhood is really posh. A lot of British townhomes and apartments are painted white or colorful. It's pretty unique. This is Portobello Road, one of Notting Hill's main attractions, with all the shops, including the bookstore, which you saw. On from there, we did a walking tour of the Jack the Ripper true crime situation. So that was in Whitechapel. And I included 2 photos in this slideshow. So the one you're looking at now, which is like the downtown area of Whitechapel, and then the last photo is the photo of his last murder. Some of these photos, you can tell a lot of history has transpired, and they can be spooky. We ended up going to the world-renowned restaurant Sketch. It's a Michelin star restaurant, and the concept and theming is really cool because it's similar to if you have seen 2001: A Space Odyssey, or if you've seen Clockwork Orange. Just like very space and mod inspired, like disco music and lights. Like I said, it's a Michelin star restaurant, so we were served so many courses. Just like the most ridiculous, inedible food ever. It was good, don't get me wrong, just kind of unpractical. Like, one of the dishes I included in this photo is like a cookie antler with these gel dots on it, to give you an idea of the things I was eating. This is Kensington Park. Kensington Palace is in the middle with a statue of Queen Victoria. On the left is a photo of me at the Princess Diana Fountain Memorial, and on the right is a black and white swan in the pond. We did go to the Royal Opera and see the Nutcracker. Our next hotel coming up is in this area. I think it's called East End, near Regent Street. Regent Street is known for having those angels and some of the more posh shopping areas. Like I said, our hotel in East End, the Langham, I think it's a 5-star hotel, 159 years old. Part of our stay at the Langham was this club that was all-inclusive, so essentially we get breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Every single meal, like I said, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, did include caviar in a buffet, and I just wanted to show some of the food spreads on the outside of the hotel. This is me with my Princess Diana bag that I got in Notting Hill. Okay, so this is some of the posh shopping. The photo on the left are shoes from Selfridges, which are like $500 to $700 crocodile clogs that I thought were funny. And then on the right, this is actually inside the shopping mall Liberties. One of the common things that people look forward to seeing when they go to London for Christmas time are these posh shopping displays. Inside Harrods now, there is a Prada Cafe where you can get pastries and coffee, and I ended up getting a pastry and just wanted to include that. Okay, this is Buckingham Palace. Already saw Kensington. This will be 2 of 4 castles and palaces that I saw. Okay, this is same day, different areas. On the right is Primrose Hill in Camden, and then on the left I'm in a telephone booth in Hampstead Heath. Just thought it was funny to include. These are the Camden Canals. And back at our hotel, we had a 3-course tea with some traditional finger sandwiches, and they gave us 2 of these eggs, which were not my favorite. Inside this one was sausage. Kind of gross. This is the Santa at the hotel. This was Christmas morning. This is the day before Christmas, so Christmas Adam. We went to a nearby pub and I got some Christmas punch and the Christmas tree in the lobby I'm taking a photo with there, lit up at night. I wanted to showcase Gibson Snoopy pajamas that I got him, and the ball on the right, the hotel gave us. It was this large chocolate hollow holly ball, which if you cracked it open, inside was more chocolate. Thought that was nice that they did that. Okay, so we went to something called the Kew Gardens, which was a 2 or 4 mile long trail covered in Christmas lights with accompanying music. After Kew Gardens, we went to a town that I can't remember the name of, where they film Ted Lasso. So as you can see, there's some touristy stuff from the show, if you're familiar. This is the pool at the Langham, which is an old bank vault converted to a spa. Next, this is Big Ben and Parliament on the Thames. We had moved to a different hotel at this point, Shorebank. I actually got food poisoning. Okay, this is Westminster Abbey, where many prominent people are buried, including the Queen and William Shakespeare. Thames at night. This is the Shard on the left, which is called that because it looks like a shard of glass. And then on the right is Tower Bridge. Those two buildings are near the Tower of London. Like I mentioned before with the Jack the Ripper photo, you can definitely tell some ominous energy. So this is the first palace before Buckingham and Kensington, where Henry lived, Queen Elizabeth lived, some of the medieval royals, right? Also where Anne Boleyn famously was beheaded. And the Tower of London, is known for torturing. And the crown jewels were there. From this point on, we had spent a week in London and took a 5-hour train to Scotland via King's Cross, which is the train station you see here, where I am reenacting the iconic Harry Potter scene where they run through the platform 9 3/4. And this is Castle Rock, home to Queen Mary, cousin of Queen Elizabeth. And when I was in Scotland, I participated in something called the Looney Duke, which is a Scotland tradition of getting in the North Sea on New Year's Day. It was 43 degrees, which was considerably cold. And here is the firework display over Castle Rock, ringing in 2024. Photo of me on New Year's Eve, or New Year's at midnight. And then this is the last photo I have in my slideshow of me taking a train back to London to fly home on New Year's Day.